context, delivery apps like Uber Eats, Postmates, Grubhub, and DoorDash have exploded in popularity.
Yeah, I hate this app.
You've probably had an experience just like me since COVID started. You're not in the mood for anything particular that night, so you scroll through restaurant after restaurant.
And I don't want to eat
looking
anything.
For something that'll catch your eye.
Yeah, and I don't want to eat anything. Nothing catches my eye. I get this all the time. I scroll and scroll and nothing, I don't want to eat a single thing that I can order. I just want to make my own comfort food. And there's nothing I can find online that I want to eat.
One restaurant finally does. But not because it's what you're in the mood for.
No.
It's because something about this restaurant feels off. The app says it's 0.1 miles away, but you don't recall ever passing this store or seeing
I've never seen this happen, actually.
Pictures on the app don't look like a local restaurant near you. They almost look like stock photos. Even the
I've never seen this
doesn't
either.
seem like a local family restaurant. It feels like something that would be on a neon sign in a white millennials taco restaurant. Something
curious.
like Taco Bout It or Love Tacos or You're Tacoing Me Crazy. Now, some people might already be aware, as I was, of what these restaurants are.
What are they?
I decided to make a video.
I don't know what they are.
The rabbit hole kept sinking deeper.
I don't know what they are.
So
Come back up here, Melvin.
I want you to follow me down this rabbit hole of food and restaurants. But I must warn you, it's sticky. So bring a baby wipe, or some hand sanitizer, or stand next to the sink and keep washing your hands.
Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands. Why does he have a mustache? Is he a porn star? Hopefully. Hopefully. I really hope so.
9:12 on your Monday. From Postmates to Uber Eats, even Grubhub, more people skipping eating out and bringing the restaurant experience home. But how that food is prepared is getting a big change. More competing companies are now teaming up using ghost kitchens to prepare your meals.
What is a ghost kitchen? Well, the definition can be a little bit broad and too general because the business model is very new and ghost kitchens come in a few different forms.
Oh, is a ghost kitchen basically they open a kitchen, but it doesn't actually serve a restaurant. It exclusively exists to prepare meals to be delivered. But otherwise, it's not, you can't walk in and order anything. I know I could just listen to the video, but you can't walk in, you can't order anything. It's just a kitchen that exclusively prepares meals for DoorDash.
Fashion, I have the Google definition. So apologies, I'm gonna sound for a second like a 8th grader giving a book report. The Google definition of a ghost kitchen is a business operating from low rent or non-commercial premises that prepares food ordered online for delivery directly to customers, which is a true definition, but also doesn't sound like anything specific to me or give me a clear picture of what their business is.
So they're a real kitchen slash restaurant, but they also serve as a ghost kitchen.
As I've been researching this video, I've boiled down ghost kitchens coming in mainly 3 different forms.
Oh, okay.
Some take place in something called a virtual restaurant kitchen. Others make their food in mobile trailers, and some are in existing restaurants. But I want to start with virtual restaurant kitchens.
A virtual restaurant kitchen.
A restaurant that exclusively sells through delivery apps.
Makes sense. That's what I was thinking, basically. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Restaurant kitchen that houses many virtual restaurants. And nothing showcases one of these places better than this TikTok I found from a guy named Clayton who is delivering.
That is so weird. That is so weird. That makes me so uncomfortable that there's just 7 different little like boxes for people to prefer different restaurants' foods, and they're all just side by side. And it's just a little cave dungeon where no human being except for your DoorDash delivery guy or Uber Eats delivery guy steps foot in. And the chefs just cook in there in their little fucking dungeon with no daylight. That is just so weird to me.
It's called a ghost kitchen. It is a select set of restaurants that are featured. The food's cooked here. As an Uber Eats driver, you come up here, you select your restaurant.
That is so weird.
The drunken dumpling. And then my order was Omar here. And what's crazy is, then, for right now, I'm waiting. There's your order board. And then once that's ready, one of these lockers will...
What? That is so uncomfortable.
And the food will be ready.
No, that is terrible. No, no, I hate this so much. This is terrible. It shows up in the fucking locker. This is so fucking weird.
Our future.
This
It's
is
already our present, but
this is so weird.
like all things. Great. Yay, future technology.
Now, there are definitely cases of one person owning a virtual restaurant kitchen, but these places are mainly owned by tech startups. So there is a chance that a pizza place that you get delivery food from and a check...
Okay, they skip all the dine-in management and focus solely on sale directly to customers. This specific type of restaurant makes perfect sense. People try to avoid others. I guess it's like the natural consequences of our own action, you know? Oh, like me, you know, me sewing. Oh yeah, oh boy. Oh, I sure do love sewing. Oh boy, I love sewing. Me reaping.
Chinese food place that you also get delivery food from are not two separate restaurants, but one kitchen owned by the same company. But I started to wonder how common these places actually were. Could I find one near my neighborhood? And I did. I won't be showing the address, but I sat down at my computer to look at delivery apps until I found a specific address that had multiple restaurants in it. And if you look here, as I started to go through just Uber Eats as an app, I started to find that this address had a lot of restaurants in it. If I were to ask you what you thought a lot of restaurants running out of food.
Okay, so I would have guessed if I hadn't seen earlier footage in this video, a lot to me, I would have said like 6 to 8 would have been a lot. That's what I would have said. Like 8 restaurants in one building is a lot. However, earlier in the same clip, we saw this like the like lockers, and there was like 35 of them. So I'm guessing like 30 to 40 to, yeah, maybe even 50.
Kitchen would be, it kind of depends on how familiar you are with ghost kitchens and virtual restaurants. So you might be thinking, I don't know, 2 is a lot of restaurants. Potentially 4. Could it be like 5 or 6?
Yeah,
so I counted
that's what
the individual restaurants.
It's gonna be like 30, 40, or 50.
This specific address, and I found 10 restaurants.
Oh, 10. Oh,
running
okay.
Out of the same kitchen.
That's
Does
okay.
that sound like a
Actually,
lot?
that is way less than I was worried about, because I remember seeing, where is it? Let me find it.
And this will
I saw
become
the
these
lockers here,
Well, I'm waiting.
and I was like, this is definitely, I saw this, and in my head, I was like, I was thinking like, there's gotta be like 30 or 40. Wait for it. Oh, okay. Whoops.
I would ask you what you familiar restaurants on Uber Eats that came up for this specific address, and I found 10 restaurants running.
Vine boom boom.
Kitchen. Does that sound like a lot of kitchens to you? Because if it doesn't, I lied. There are
he lied.
20 restaurants
Oh,
running
shit.
out of this one.
He lied. He
location.
tricked me.
And if you're thinking to yourself, that's not that many. I lied.
Hey, you
again.
know.
There are 30
Holy
restaurants
shit.
running out of
Wait.
this single
I was
location.
right with my
One
first
final
guess.
time, I lied.
No!
There are 44
44. Oh
on
my
Uber
god.
Eats that all share this one address.
Oh
And
my
you have
God.
Food places ranging in completely different cultures and food types.
Right.
There's a dim sum place. There's a curry place. There's burger places, pasta places.
Right, like how does that work? But how do they do the other like the other regional foods, the other like stuff? How do they do that? I just feel like it's got to be. Maybe this is why 90% of the places I order from on like DoorDash fucking suck. Maybe this is why they suck.
Pizza places, chicken and waffles.
Because there's so many like places. And oh my god, I should have noticed this. But there's so many places I see them and they're like 1 kilometer away. And I'm like, I don't remember this being 1 kilometer away. This is crazy. This is insane.
Taco places. This was actually discovered by my girlfriend.
And they have to schedule to each renter each day? Wait, so like one day you might not even be able to order that one. Wait, is that why sometimes restaurants just vanish off of like DoorDash or whatever, or like Uber Eats, because they're not renting the fucking place that day? This is insane. This is actually fucking insane.
Individual menus in this
Or they just change names.
and finding that some of the items looked really similar. So I picked a random item from one of the restaurants that was featured here. It's a restaurant called The Codfather, and I found a beer-battered cod sandwich for
Right.
$16.95. And right here it says in the description, it is a beer-battered North Atlantic cod, slaw, red and white cabbage, lemon herb aioli, and a brioche bun.
This is
Then I looked
so
at another
fucking
option
weird.
At the same address, at Sunset Beach Fish and Chips. And would you look at that? There's a beer-battered
No.
cod sandwich.
No way.
$16.95.
No way, no way, no
That
way,
is a
no way, no way.
beer-battered North Atlantic cod, slaw, red and white cabbage, lemon herb aioli, and a brioche bun. Interesting.
No.
Two separate restaurants on Uber Eats, appearing to be completely separate businesses, selling the same item with the same description for the same price. So I looked at another place that had a beer-battered cod.
Oh no.
$16.95,
Oh no.
Same description. And I looked at
No.
another place, and another place,
No.
until I had filled up my cart with 9 identical beer-battered cod sandwiches, and I'm going to go with Chrissy to pick it up at the same exact location. That's right, we're gonna drive to one kitchen to pick up the same sandwich from 9 separate restaurants. By the way,
No.
the sandwich is $16.95,
Which is
for
insane.
just the sandwich.
Right.
So I'm about to pay, what's that times 9? I'm gonna do it.
I don't know, $150 basically.
Off the top of my head, I could have done it now, but I need to find my phone. All right, so if I just do the quick math,
149 or
before
so.
fees are involved, I will be paying just $152.
Oh, 150, okay,
and
okay.
55 cents. to
That's crazy.
potentially Try the same sandwich 9 times. So Chrissy and I started the drive. It took about, I don't know, 20 minutes to get there. God, that was beautiful. When we pulled up to the restaurant, it had the name Chibo.
Chibo.
What confused me is that when you look it up, Chibo is a local restaurant in LA. It's been open since 2002, I believe. But when you look on Google Street View, the storefront used to say virtual dining concept,
Right.
which is one of the startups in the ghost kitchen industry.
Right.
To be honest, as we walked up, I was a little bit nervous because I don't think one of their regular employees would care, but I also doubt somebody has ordered from 9 different restaurants with the same item. The
Right.
order kind of makes it obvious what I'm doing. So I
Right.
walked up to him and said,
Hi, we're picking up for like 9 orders under Eddie.
and the guy was like, oh yeah, no problem. Do you want me to put it all in one bag? Is that okay? So we waited for a little bit. Here's us waving, just in case we're saying hello to you, specifically.
Hello.
Washington, we're waving to you.
Hello.
And finally, we got the order.
So
I gotta get home.
it seemed so casual. They did not care that we ordered from 9 different places and it was the exact same one.
So we
Right.
drove back, bags in hand, left bag hanging lower than the right bag. But before we bust these bags wide open, a quick word from our sponsor. Thank you all
Skip.
for coming to State.
Skip. Skip.
The packages. When we got back and I started to unpack them, I noticed that all of the packaging was the exact same.
I've got things in this packaging before. No way. I've had this packaging
Let's start
before.
with just 2 of them. I've got the rest.
No, wait a second. No, it's all coming together suddenly. No, it's all making sense. The voices. I've ordered from DoorDash, and I've ordered food, and I've eaten it, and then I've ordered a different restaurant's food from a different restaurant, and I couldn't remember what the name of the last restaurant I ordered from was. And then I ordered from a completely different restaurant, probably because I didn't remember what the other restaurant was, but I just found another restaurant and ordered the same meal. And then I got it, and I was like, oh, this was the same place I had before. And I didn't realize, it probably wasn't. Now that I think about it, it probably wasn't the same place that I ordered from before. It was probably an entirely different restaurant. But in my head, I was like, I just ordered from I managed to find, I got Ghost Kitchen. In my head, I'm like, oh, I must have ordered from this place before because the food's the same that I got before. But no, I ordered from, I got same ordered. I got Ghost Kitchen. From the same kitchen, yeah, but like This is so fucking weird. This is the most fucked up video I've ever seen.
Packages right here, but they also weren't labeled, so I have no idea which two restaurants these are from. This could be the Codfather. This could be Sunset Beach. This could even be Burger Bitch. First one is in this wrapping.
Ow.
Here's the. I mean, it looks good. This looks like a good fish sandwich.
And take my thing off.
These are two different
Completely completely identical.
Two different restaurants.
Completely identical.
Legally, I do not want to say that these are the same sandwich, so I won't do that. You think that covers me? The bun feels cheap for $16.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the price is ridiculous. I'm sorry. $16 for one fucking sandwich?
It's good. I now know what this fish sandwich tastes like. Legally, I don't want to say that this is the exact same sandwich, but my taste buds are saying this is the exact same sandwich. Then we decided to take every single sandwich out to show them all at once. What we are looking at here are 9 sandwiches from 9 restaurants that all claim to be different businesses when you look at them.
This is so creepy.
For science, I was going to take a bite of every single fish sandwich.
This is so creepy.
It tasted similar to the last one. Now, as I've aged, I don't do as well with greasy foods, specifically something like a fish or chicken sandwich. And I can't tell you the toll that this took on my body later that day. I didn't even capture it. I was tired. Things happened in the bathroom I will never speak of ever again. But I will say that my opinion was these 9 sandwiches tasted exactly the same to me. But I think it's really important to mention that this restaurant is taking up 44 slots on delivery apps.
Right.
They are competing directly with small businesses, some of which are owned by families.
Right.
Now, I don't know if Chibo the
Right, that's the fucked up part. I didn't even think about that. That's so true. Fuck, I didn't think about that. That's so true. So I'll stop pausing the video. Ah, fuck. That is really fucked up. That's 44 slots. Oh my god. That is so fucked up. No, that's
Dining Concepts bought Chibo to use their name as a brand, but would you be surprised to learn that there is another Chibo within 4 miles of the one that I just showed you? And together they take up 77 restaurant slots on Uber Eats.
That is ridiculous. That is really fucked up. That is so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. That's like actually like scamming. I don't know, not scamming, but it feels like cheating the fucking system. Like, you might get someone to click your link because they see, and the fucked up thing too is let me go back a little bit here, I'm sorry. Let me just show you something quickly. But like, they have different photos for the thing. They're the exact same sandwich.
This is the exact same
but look here.
Then we decided to take every single sandwich out to show them.
I just want to see. Sorry, 1 second.
What we are looking at here are 9 sandwiches from 9 restaurants.
1 photo, 2 photo, 3 photo, 4 photo, 5 photo, 6 photos, and they all use different photos for the food. So all they're doing is fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing and hoping they get you on one of them. That is so fucked up though. This is really fucked up. You're one restaurant. You're not 77 restaurants. You're one restaurant. You don't deserve 77 fucking slots on the fucking thing. This is fucked up. This is worse than I thought it was. What I thought this was initially, this is so much worse than what I thought it was. What I thought it was initially was they would have like a bunch of different restaurants in the same dungeon, which is also fucked up but in a different way. But I thought they'd have like actual different restaurants, just really compact because they don't need seating, they don't need customer service, they don't need anything other than the kitchen and like a break room, which they might not even have, honestly, let's be real. They're fucking scum, probably, owners. But regardless, like, you can cram a lot of stuff into a pretty small space. And my assumption was it was like gonna be a bunch of different, you know, a bunch of actual different restaurants just crammed into a really small spot. But it's one restaurant. It's not different restaurants. It's basically one restaurant. That makes it worse. Like, whatever. I thought it was gonna be like, it's a franchise, basically. I thought it was going to be like, you know, you have like, I don't know what off the top of my head, McDonald's and Wendy's and KFC and Burger King and other burger place. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Harvey's, A&W, and they're just all like in a really small area. And you just find them close together. Like you just, if you go to pick up from one, they're all in the same building. And they don't have to have like they don't have to have like an entrance for customers or anything like that, or sitting or anything. So they save a lot of space. But it's actually just, whatever. Okay, whatever. Fucked up.
Is to learn that there is another Chibo within 4 miles of the one that I just showed you. And together they take up 70.
Right? Yeah, but it's like one restaurant pretending to be 50 different places.
On Uber Eats. So whether or not Chibo is its own new company or just a front for virtual dining concepts, I want to take a second to talk about VDC. Virtual Dining Concepts, or VDC,
expose their fucking asses. Expose their asses.
On their website, they have a collection of brands that they work with. You have Mr. Beast Burger, which we will talk about.
This is the extreme type of restaurant pretending. Yeah, because I have other issues with the other kinds. Mostly that it's very like creepy. Not that it's actually immoral, but this is really, in my opinion, like awful.
You have brands that they work major ghost kitchen company. And when you go to their website, they have a collection of brands that they work with. You have Mr. Beast Burger, which we will talk about later.
Right.
You have Phase Subs, which finally answers the question, can my sandwiches just be made by gamers? But as I was reading the brands, something caught my eye. NASCAR Refuel. So I clicked on it, and it opened up NASCAR Refuel Wings. And you could go right to their website. So clearly, NASCAR Refuel is a NASCAR-themed ghost kitchen that sells primarily bone-in wings. Now, if you go to the full menu, you can see that they offer 5 flavors. We've got barbecue, we've got garlic, we've got sweet chili, Cajun, and buffalo. My tummy's already rumbling. Is that a magnitude 7 earthquake in California? No. That's just my tummy for NASCAR wings. They even come in this fun little NASCAR box, so you know the food's gonna get to you fast. So then I thought, you know, if VDC can let NASCAR make a unique wing place, this place can't be that bad. By the time food arrives to your table at a restaurant, you know, the people who have made the food have already jumped through a ton of hoops. The person who created the business already had the idea to create a restaurant, either paid their own money or got a loan from a bank to get the building rented out. They then had to hire people, make sure everybody was trained, make sure people liked the menu, cultivate a successful business, and pay the bills every month. So maybe this could be a good way to not gatekeep recipes with how much influence you have or how much capital you have to open up a restaurant. Maybe this will be a great way into having people try new food.
This just sounds like, unironically to me, this just sounds like NFTs for the food industry. It's giving crypto food industry is what it's giving. You know what I mean? I don't even mean that it's like the same thing, just that it has the same energy of just sweaty losers trying to make like a quick fucking bit of money. It's just sweaty fucking losers trying to make money by being like actual scam artists. That's what it's giving. Crypto fucking food industry. NFT food industry.
VDC has another wing place right there called Wing Squad. Wing Squad is a buffalo wing themed ghost restaurant.
No way.
Primarily bone-in wings.
No way.
Flavors like barbecue, honey garlic, sweet chili, Cajun, and buffalo. Are these the exact same fucking wings?
Oh my fucking
Okay,
god.
so I got NASCAR refuel. So I was gonna immediately cut to ordering NASCAR refuel and Wing Squad to eat them both and see if they tasted exactly the same. But when I filled out both my orders, I went ahead and ordered NASCAR refuel. And when I tried to check out with the cart for Wing Squad, they told me that it wasn't available in my area. So now, instead of proving a point for my video, I just have NASCAR wings.
NASCAR
The only
wings.
thing I care about is if they come in the cool box. I will be so mad if they don't.
Did they? Whoa,
Yes.
they did.
Here are the wings. They look pretty good, to be honest. I'll give it to NASCAR. It's good. It's good. I never said the Ghost Kitchen food is bad. It's good. I scared the neighbor's dog. But I want to get back to VDC's website
Ow.
because they seem
Sorry,
to
I'm
be
just
the leading
poking myself.
brand in working with
And I give you
creators and
boobs?
celebrities
I
to
hope
create
so.
Ghost franchises.
Hi, I'm Robert Earl, a fellow restaurateur and the founder of Virtual Dining Concepts.
A ghost franchise is when one of these companies utilizes virtual restaurants and ghost kitchens around the country to instantly start up a national brand. So
Right.
you pretty much snap your fingers and you have a fast food company across the whole country.
These
Right.
brands offer you an
Which
A
is
to Z
really, I don't know how I feel about that part. That you, I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel like there's something to be said about, like, the process. Is that gatekeepy of me? I feel like there's something about the process, and I don't like people that skip the process, you know? Not that I don't like people, but I don't like when people skip the process, I guess. Like, I think of the Mr. Beast burger thing or whatever. Like, I don't like conceptually in my head that, like, someone can just create a overnight national brand, like national, like, you know, food brand thing. That is like, it's just conceptually, there's something about it that makes me feel like it's, I don't actually think I have a genuine reason to think it's bad. I don't actually have a genuine reason at all to think it's bad. I don't really think it's bad, but it just feels, something about it feels weird. I just feel like it's a place where the only people that will, like, pop up from this, at least at the start, are gonna be like, ooh, you know?
solution. All you have to do is choose the brands, the great celebrities that are going to become your market partners with you.
And to get a look on how these ghost franchises start, we can
Because I feel like my friend Juliet told me about this with the what was it, the makeup industry? I think, where, like, a lot of, like, people basically tried to, like, get into the makeup industry with their own brands. I don't know if this is a comparable situation, but a lot of, like, new players tried to get into, like, the makeup industry. But then what ended up happening was eventually, like, the influencers tried to get in, and the influencers did get in, but once the influencers made it and the space got big enough, the actual serious players just bully them the fuck out, because the influencers were never really competitors. They were just only competitors until it got popular enough, you know? And then, like, actual, like, big, like, you know, huge, like, infinite fucking resource, infinite wealth people moved into the space. So I feel like the natural result of this is, this is just what I'm thinking, is that, like, this probably goes, like, my assumption is the initial part of this kind of thing is, like, it'll probably be a thing that helps, like, small people I say small people, but, like, influencer type size people, you know, in the short run. But then once it gets popular enough the big boys come along and they will just steamroll, basically, is my assumption, at least. But I don't know, we'll see. I don't even know why I have I don't have an actual reason to have a problem with this. It just feels icky for some reason. I got the ick from it.
So this business model is advertised as a new way to connect with fans. Oh my god, I didn't know it was for the fans. So step 1 is to create your vision. They give you a more intimate and experience.
Mr. Beast Burger is probably fine because I know like that's an actual restaurant, right? Like it's an actual place. I actually ordered it once. It was okay. I got the curly fries were cool. But I don't know why, but Mr. Beast weirds me out. Just I don't know anything about him, so I'm not gonna like. I don't have an actual legitimate reason to have a weird feeling about him, but just the information I know about him that floats in the ether weirds me out, but that's all. I don't actually know anything about him.
Finally, I can get intimate with Mr. Beast by shoving a Beast Burger or a Carl's Deluxe.
Like his tweet about oh hey guys, can you his one tweet about like, hey guys, can you fix my stuff for me if you see it in the if you see my stuff in the grocery store, can you like fix it and make it look nicer, please? Is like, bro, I just think that's funny, but I don't know. I think that's corny. I don't know. That's a really corny thing to ask. Yeah, the chocolate on the shelf, like, that's really funny to me. I don't know. I feel like you deserve to be roasted if you tweet that. I'm sorry.
Menu, I would assume it's more so like, hey, you want to sell pizza? Do you want to sell pepperoni or sausage? Then they say to market the brand, to use your social following and platform to connect with your fans beyond merchandise. Use the food in your content. See, guys, it's about connecting to fans. This is not a soulless way to cash in on your fans by selling them food that you didn't create. Okay?
Right.
It's not about making money. So let's see step 4.
Make money.
Tricked by corporate speak. I thought Mr. Beast wanted to be intimate with me. I can't believe how confusing this Ghost Kitchen stuff is as a consumer. Because a few minutes after filming this, I got an email thanking me for my order from Mr. Beast Burger. The thing is, I didn't order from Mr. Beast Burger. I'm doing it later when I talk about Mr. Beast Burger.
Interesting.
So I looked at the address in the email, and it happens to be the exact same address from where I got my NASCAR refuel wings. So they just thanked me for ordering from a completely different restaurant. And when I looked up the address, it just gave me Universal City Walk, which is the big mall outside of Universal Studios Hollywood. It didn't even match up with one of the restaurants there. It just looked like a vague point on one of the buildings. Did
Curious.
they make my wings in Universal Studios? Did the
Hopefully.
Minions make my wings?
Hopefully.
It seems like
I sure
VC
hope they
can't even
did.
keep track of their own virtual restaurants. But if you're a content creator or a celebrity that thought it would be a cool idea to open up your own fast food brand, that doesn't inherently make you the devil. I mentioned 3 types of ghost kitchens before, and one of them is existing restaurants.
Yeah.
These restaurants can be major chains or small businesses.
Right.
And running these virtual restaurants out of a small business might help them keep the lights on. That additional revenue could be a lifesaver for them. The thing is, as I've been looking up stuff for this video, I would frequently get so lost trying to keep track of all the virtual restaurants. It would be hard to count how many virtual restaurants are in one location or where a virtual restaurant was located. Sometimes I would look up Mr. Beast Burgers in my area, and when I went to the street view, they just didn't exist and also didn't have an address listed. And that's when I started to think, if I'm spending all day just trying to locate certain restaurants, how the hell are they doing health inspections for these places?
Right. True. Oh, true. Well, I did think of this earlier, but I never... I swear, I thought of this earlier.
An article called "Do You Know Where Your Chicken Wings Come From" by the Boston Globe. The article centers around the
I thought of this earlier, but I never mentioned it. I'm sorry.
Massachusetts. Frequently, it seems that health inspectors in Massachusetts will find out
But I swear.
during the health inspection that they're running multiple restaurants out of the same kitchen. Lexington's health director Joanne Bellinger even said it's like smoke and mirrors or a shell game, We license this particular restaurant, but on the side, they're running 6 or 7 other things. And they're constantly getting surprised by this because the article states, no one knows how many such operations are running in Massachusetts or nationwide.
I'm sorry, I keep tweezing.
There's
Sorry.
no central entity that tracks them. And when health departments can't track where food is coming from, it makes it near impossible to track where a foodborne illness starts.
Right.
Some defenders of virtual kitchens might say, well, if you have a kitchen that passed a health inspection, what's the harm in adding a virtual kitchen? You already passed. But what if
Right.
your new virtual restaurant menu adds an allergen that your original menu didn't have? You now need to be inspected again to make sure you're not cross-contaminating and feeding somebody something they're allergic to. And not only is the FDA struggling nationwide to keep up with this technology,
Right.
spring of 2022, Needham's health department encountered a Thai restaurant that the department had closed for repeated health violations that then opened up as a virtual Thai restaurant under a new name. And this isn't just Massachusetts. ABC7 Chicago discovered something
Right.
similar in their reporting.
But what if your food comes from a restaurant with health violations? The I-Team found restaurants with some of the most serious violations. The Buffalo Wild Wings on 513 West Taylor Street near the South Loop houses the ghost restaurant Wild Burger. The restaurant had recent failing inspections with violations including 100 fruit flies throughout the establishment.
What the fuck?
And no soap at a hand washing sink.
Ah!
Reports the restaurant fixed violations and passed inspection.
It's really just a snowball
Oh.
of ghost kitchens because this problem
Not
also
Wild
opens up
Burger.
a new problem, which is
Oh, God.
major restaurant brands pretending to be smaller businesses on delivery apps.
Fuck! I fucking should have known this was coming. I should have fucking known they would try this shit.
More business from you.
Next on our list of fake-ass restaurants, you can tell. Look at the graphics. It's obvious. Super Megadilla and Thrilled Cheese, those are both IHOP.
They're
Both
a
of these have
fucking
the
ICOP.
Same address and it's IHOP.
I want to know is how the fuck am I supposed to eat that as a fucking quesadilla when it's a full-blown fucking avocado, a full-blown fucking chicken tender?
I believe that IHOP would do this.
Oh my god, how
You
could
know, other
ICOP do
major
this?
Brands have done the exact same.
Maggiano's Italian Classics. This comes from Chili's. It's Just Wings also comes from Chili's. Tender Shack comes from Outback Steakhouse.
So I guess we have a new problem to worry about. Sometimes the virtual restaurant isn't even real, and sometimes I guess now it's Chili's. I've been researching for this video for around 2 months now. And
Jesus
I feel
Christ.
Like I'm going crazy.
Yeah,
Because
I
anytime
believe
I'm
it.
confused or I see something deceiving and I pursue it, I get
There's like a
even
whole-
more
yeah.
confused and sometimes
Yeah.
even more deceived. However, there is one thing that I am certain of. Every single day, I have researched or filmed or gone to get food from one of these ghost kitchens. One virtual restaurant will make itself known at least once. A ghost franchise that is so popular that any YouTube-addicted 12-year-old would know the menu by heart.
Okay.
In this story, I'm the beauty, and this restaurant is...
The Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast Burger is one of, if not the most popular Ghost franchise in the United States. The Ghost franchise was created by YouTube's golden boy and Elon Musk reply guy, Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast.
Okay.
We will be spending 24 hours in this insane asylum.
I built 2 massive circles and put 100 boys in one and 100 girls in the other.
Whoa.
Any food for the next 30 days.
The reason
He's
I've waited
crazy.
so long to talk about Mr. Beast Burger is because it utilizes all 3 main forms of ghost kitchens, including trailers. Ghost kitchen trailers are exactly what they sound like. They're a trailer that runs multiple virtual restaurants out of it. Now, the leading company that owns these trailers seems to be Reef Global. But as I've
Mr.
been reading
Beast has his own
articles about
chain? Yeah, he does.
it seems like Reef isn't doing so hot lately. They've had a lot
What
of
am I
big
doing to myself?
companies go
Tweezing.
business from
I
this,
just am
and even
tweezing
like
hairs off of my
Wendy's
leg
rejected
because it's what I do when I'm
500
like,
locations.
when my medication runs out and I have no ADHD meds. It's one of my like, you know what? Just you know what? Tweezers. They're gone.
But they cut that deal, and Reef later exited its Houston market and laid off 5% of its workforce amid low sales and a rash of permitting and safety violations. Let me just look up what safety violations there are. Okay, so I just found this Wall Street Journal article called Ghost Kitchen Appears to be a Messy Business as Reef Global shows. The article starts by saying a few seconds after a cook turned on a stove in a tiny mobile kitchen in a Houston parking lot in April, a fireball erupted from the propane burners.
Oh my God.
Out into the center of the trailer owned by Reef Global Inc. While the cook escaped harm, she happened to open a refrigerator at the same time that shielded her from the flames. It was the second such incident at the same Houston trailer in 4 months. The first one injured a different cook as flames scorched her face and gave her kind of a warning for this to be kind of violent language, so skip forward 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this. Gave her 3rd-degree burns on her hands that caused the skin to peel off her fingers, rendering her unable to work. Wall Street Journal.
Why?
Did you hear how bad her hands got burnt? How could she work? How could she contribute to the company? A similar fireball in San Francisco injured another Reef employee in the spring, according to the former Reef managers briefed on the 3 incidents. And on top of that, there's also an insider article about—
I just want to say, this video is actually, in my opinion, I hate to say this, this is important. This video is important because we actually need human beings to be aware that this is even happening. The videos about this kind of stuff is really important because we need people to be aware that this shit is happening so that we can actually fucking complain about this shit. And I'm sorry I have an accent and a fat ass. I'm sorry.
Nearly a full year of complaints from Mr. Beast Burger, where customers were served uncooked chicken and raw burgers. This is not directly Mr. Beast's fault, and I'm sure this happens with regular fast food franchises. But this problem is a lot more difficult to solve when you have no real locations. And up until very recently, this business was solely run out of ghost kitchens. And in interviews, Jimmy doesn't hide that fact at all. He's actually one of the only people I see being open and honest about their business and ghost kitchens.
Is it cool to own a burger joint?
So when I first started it, this is when COVID was at its height. So we started a virtual restaurant. A lot of restaurants were laying people off. And Beast Burger, originally why we got into it, is it was like a way for restaurants to make extra money.
Yeah.
So if you're a mom and pop, and you know that lockdowns, you can't even serve people in your fucking restaurant, your revenue just cut in half, you could just start serving Beast Burger, and then anytime anyone within 8 miles places an order, you fulfill it, you get to keep a majority of the revenue.
Yeah.
Now that's a pretty noble motivation to opening up Mr. Beast Burger, but Jimmy just doesn't talk about the fact that they do this also out of existing restaurants that are major corporations,
Right.
and the fact that they ran them out of Reef trailers.
Anyone, anywhere can just start serving Mr. Beast Burger. You just take our training course, order our ingredients and packaging, and then turn it on all the websites.
So it's the same ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it tastes the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what Jimmy's trying to do, but you really shouldn't make it that accessible for anyone, anywhere to start serving Mr. Beast Burger
Right.
customers. Because again, I start thinking about the health inspection stuff. People all over the country, primarily kids, are eating this food. You need to have some kind of barrier for the quality of it.
Right.
And so he's sort of transparent about the ghost kitchen stuff in interviews, but let's also look at what he actually told his fans. When the business opened in 2020, this is how it was announced to 144 million people.
I opened up the world's first free restaurant. And if that wasn't enough, I also paid people to eat at my restaurant.
Put it on up.
Yeah. I've never ran a restaurant before. Bye! And that was our last customer. If you like what you saw in this video, you too can eat Beast Burgers.
But it won't be free.
300 restaurants all across America. But
Wow.
we only serve people through delivery apps. Basically, open up whatever you use and search Mr. Beast Burger. And you can order anything from our amazing and delicious menu. And like I said, we have hundreds of locations all across America. Just open up your favorite delivery apps and search Mr. Beast Burgers.
So while this isn't a direct lie, I would have liked him to be less vague about...
But he didn't pay anything for advertisement. He just opened up a franchise on his own coin. Well, this video, that's the thing, right?
I hope. I really hope.
When I finally went back in and was handed the bag, I noticed that it wasn't a Mr. Beast Burger bag. It was one of those regular thank you bags. Regardless, we headed home, bag in hand, bag hanging low. I got 4 items total and ordered it for pickup, so the whole thing ran me $36.85.
4 items? The price of this shit is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Either. So, Mr. Beast, NASCAR wings is blowing you out of the fucking water.
True. I'm gonna order food because I'm fucking starving and all this talk about food is making me fucking hungry. And let me tell you, I'm not ordering Mr. Beast Burger.
What I got was seasoned crinkle cut fries with cooked onions, American cheese, pickles, and ketchup. You can see right here, this is what they look like, and...
I will not be ordering fucking food. I know. I want my bagels though. I want my bagels really badly.
The ingredients on the fries, and I didn't get all that I ordered, but this is the best that the order's gonna get, I promise you. Now, the next item on the list was supposed to be a Carl's Deluxe, which is like a patty melt grilled cheese. But when I pulled it out, I was very confused.
Is this the Beast Burger?
After looking at all of the order later, this was not a Beast-style burger. It was not a Carl's Deluxe. It was one of their Impossible Beast-style burgers. This is what the Impossible Beast-style burger is supposed to look like. And this looks like if somebody drew
What on earth?
How is this real? It looks like a Krabby Patty. Now, when I opened it up, it looked really boring.
This
Right.
is unbelievably boring.
But surprisingly, it also tasted really boring.
Right.
This tastes like a cafeteria burger.
The Impossible Burger is supposed to be smashed, crispy Impossible patties with house seasoning, American cheese, pickles, diced white onions, mayo, ketchup, and brown mustard on a toasted bun. What I got was an Impossible patty, American cheese, shredded lettuce, and a tiny bit of ketchup.
There's no sauce on it either. There's just like a little bit of ketchup.
Just one little,
bun
just
was
one little
way
dab of
cheaper than
ketchup.
The one looks in the photo. But also,
It's a little dot of ketchup. It's like a literal dot of ketchup.
the bun was way cheaper than the one looks in the photo. But also, if you examine the meat,
It was?
from the
Oh, okay. Then we could have
photo,
skipped
it
this.
looks
Sorry.
nothing
My
like
fault.
this.
My
So
fault.
what the hell did I just eat? Next up was the crispy chicken tender sandwich.
I don't know where I
This
got
one is an
lost,
easy
okay?
lay.
I don't know where I got
Mayo
lost on this
chicken
screen.
sandwich. It's just chicken, the bun, mayo, pickles, and lettuce.
Makes sense.
I was really hoping I would have a positive experience, but all of the ingredients just feel really, really cheap. Like, this doesn't look like a satisfying chicken sandwich.
Yummy. This way makes me wanna,
It's so dry.
What I got was the chicken tender, some shredded lettuce, and a tiny bit of ketchup.
I love
Lastly,
it.
We had the main event. The very item that carries the name of this Ghost franchise.
Everything about this looks terrible.
And
Beef style
this
burger.
one kind of pissed me off because I ate it, and while I've been editing it, I noticed that the camera got a better angle of the meat than I did. Man, this is supposed to be a smash burger. What the hell is
What is this?
Now,
That
when it
is
comes to Mr.
disgusting.
Beast Burger, do I think that Jimmy was intentionally trying to mislead people in his video? Or that he ever wanted to serve people uncooked beef? No. Of course not. Jimmy is a little bit younger than me. I think he's like 24, but he's also worked like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days on this logo. I think I did a really great job. Just wrong. But it was finally time to taste the burgers. So burger A was a Carl's Street. Both burgers had the same ingredients and were repackaged under the Burback logo.
Burger
We started by
back.
bringing Burger A out to the group. One of them compared it to a Burger King burger, and another person even said this.
I've been paying attention, and I need to pay attention to this. I'm sorry. Now that they're gone. Now that they're gone, you're just gonna say you didn't like them before they bullied you and misgenders you. I'm sorry. I haven't paid attention to the last 3 minutes of this video. Can I just go back, please? I'm sorry. I just want to go back
Los
and.
Angeles. Now, to do this, I would need my own virtual.
Okay, let me just go. I just want to see. I just want to see. I'm sorry. I need to go all the way back.
Watching what you do, so you just gotta be a little bit careful with the businesses that you run. But that really got me thinking about the psychology of the ghost kitchen business. It really seems that a large form of this business is based on deception. And I started to wonder, how easy would it be to trick people into eating food that they've already had, but make them think that it's a brand new restaurant? It seems to
Interesting.
happen every single
Okay,
day.
I see the concept now. Now I get the concept. He's tricking people into thinking that it's a different meal.
Top and Chili's early.
Makes sense.
So to test this out, I decided to pay
Okay, now I understand.
$1,000 to do a real, legitimate focus group in Los Angeles' own branding. My name is Eddy Burback.
So just
let's
see
go
him
with
for different
something like
packaging to see if
Eddy's
people get
Burgers,
tricked and think it's actually different food.
Burgers.
Makes sense.
Burger back. I also needed a fake logo to put on the packaging of the food. So I'm pretty new to graphic design, but I worked like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days on this logo. I think I did a really great job.
This
It
is
actually might be a
awesome. I
path
love
for
this
me in
burger.
graphic design and not,
Wow,
YouTube
this is a
anyways.
great logo.
I'm sorry, I'm just very proud of it. As the group entered the room, I realized that I had put up thousands of dollars and the entire point I'm trying to make on the results of this focus group. So my nerves were high.
Right. Right, like what if he spent all this money and then the turns out the people that had proved the entire a different point than actually what he was going for. Like imagine he spent all this money and in the end, like it didn't even prove his point and he just wasted the money. Actually, that'd be really embarrassing. I wonder if that happens.
My name is Jack, and we're holding this group on behalf of an exciting new fast food restaurant, Burback.
Now, before they tasted the burgers, I'll be honest, I was a little vain, and I added a question to see how much people would like my logo.
So, before you is the official Burback logo, and I want to ask you all, what are your initial thoughts about the logo? It's lame.
It's lame.
No, we want that. It's kind of bland. Bland, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Interesting.
I guess they just don't have an eye for logos.
That's fucked up. That's disrespectful.
But it was finally time to taste the burgers.
That is so
Burger
disrespectful.
A was a Carl's Jr. famous star. And
Okay.
Burger B was one that we picked up from a local restaurant down the street. Both burgers had the same ingredients and were repackaged under the Burback logo. So we started by bringing Burger A out to
Wait, sorry? Wait, hold on.
just wrong.
Wait,
It was
hold on.
finally time to taste the
How did he do the two
burgers.
burgers
So
here?
Burger A was a Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. Okay.
And Burger B
They
was
are
one
different
we picked up
burgers.
from
Okay,
a
but they
local
are different. They are
Carl's
actually
Jr.
different
Both
burgers.
burgers had the same ingredients and were repackaged under the Burback logo.
They're the same ingredients, but they're not the same burger. I noticed they
Started
had
by
different.
bringing Burger A out to the group. One of them compared it to a Burger King burger, and another person even said this.
Kind of remind me of a thin star from like Carl's Jr.
I don't think so.
You said what from Carl's Jr.?
The famous star.
Oh, yeah.
So he said it reminded him of a Carl's Jr. famous
Right.
star, but he didn't say that it was a Carl's Jr. famous
Right.
star. And then Burger B from LA Tavern was brought out to the group. It was
I
immediately
see.
clear that they liked this burger much more than the last.
But the bread on this one is that bite.
They thought the Carl's Jr. burger was bland, but the one from the local restaurant seemed to be a hit. After tasting both
Right.
burgers, we asked the group to identify which one they thought was a fast food burger and which one they thought came from a local restaurant.
One was fast food.
Yep.
I think.
One was fast food, and you think this one is the family owned?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
To my surprise, they identified the Carl's Jr. burger as a fast food burger and the burger from LA Tavern down the street as a local family-owned restaurant burger. But I don't understand. IHOP and Chili's have been doing this. I thought this was easy to trick people. So we
Right.
had a second group to see if the results would be the same, testing out two
Interesting.
things. One, if they could identify the burger like the first group, and two, if one of them would finally be honest and say they liked my logo.
And I just wanted to ask you your honest opinion. What do you think about the logo? Basic. Okay.
I don't get the name of it. I need more
Okay.
context. All I think is bar back. Like when everybody was like, "What's a burger back?"
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's a focus group, so they're gonna give their honest opinion, and sometimes people's.
Did I end up ordering food or going with bagels? I ended up ordering food, so. But I still might eat the bagels after. Anyway, depends on how long I'm up. Depends how late I'm awake.
A for fast food and B for local.
So the second one, I think, is from the local.
Is that kind of everyone's thought here?
So even though nobody stopped during the taste test and said, I think this is a Carl's Jr. burger, I think you're lying to me, I may have wasted thousands of dollars in disproving my own point. It seems that ghost kitchens aren't that deceiving because people can tell the difference between what's a fast food burger and what's a local chain burger, which is a huge bummer because I feel like I put the whole point of the video on this focus group.
But the thing is, these things aren't fast food. There's a fast food brandness, I feel like, that occurs in like a fucking McDonald's or I don't know, fucking A&W or whatever. Like, those are like, they have like a fast food. They literally reek of fast food. But there's also like, I'm gonna call them I'm gonna call them like local trash, okay, is what I'm gonna call them. Is the local trash, okay? And they're not the same. There's a quality to the fast foodness, if that makes sense, that you expect. Like, there's a level of quality to a McDonald's burger that you expect. And it's not a good quality, but it's a type of quality that you expect. And the local trash quality it's bad. But it doesn't look like a perfectly constructed, like, highly thought out $10 million of market research on your Big Mac type of fast food. It's like a fast food burger, but without the actual, like, millions of dollars of iteration that have went into the Big Mac. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense? And I feel like these ghost kitchen food, they hit that spot where it's actually of a lower quality than it's actually lower quality than fast food. I feel like is the spot they're hitting, where it's like a homemade quality, in that it's kind of like, it's not optimal, but instead of being like homemade good, it's homemade bad. You know, it's like when someone offers to make food for you, but they suck at cooking. You know, even if someone sucks at cooking, they can't fuck a McDonald's burger up, but they can fuck a, yeah. Anyway.
Or I lied. Because while Burger A is a famous star from Carl's Jr., LA Tavern is not a real restaurant. In fact, that photo you saw was a random building that I picked off of Street View. And the focus group did not correctly vote between what was a local restaurant burger and what was a fast food burger, because Burger B was Jack in the Box this whole time. Both focus groups tasted 2 fast food burgers and incorrectly said that one was from a local restaurant. So I think it's pretty clear that I made everyone in that focus group look dumb. Now,
yeah.
Obviously, I'm joking, because they aren't dumb. I lied to the people in that focus group about the food they were eating, and they believed me. And I also lied to you about the food I was feeding them, and you believed me.
I didn't believe you. I didn't believe you. I
It's
didn't believe you. I didn't
not a
believe you. I didn't believe
person's
you.
job when they pay for food to investigate whether they're being lied to or not.
Right.
I've
True.
spent the first
Preach.
part of this year ordering food and then spending hours trying to figure out how it was made and what the story behind it was. It would be completely normal for a focus group to be held to test which burger tastes better from a company. You know what's not normal? Being part of a focus group where you're being lied to by a YouTuber who's trying to prove a point. Nobody would think that's what was happening. Much like if I went onto a delivery app and tried to order a burger from a local place, it would be insane for me to randomly assume that it's a Chili's, or that it's from one building that has
That makes sense.
44 other restaurants.
That makes perfect sense. I would never have known if I didn't see this video. I would never have known.
Mobile trailer that has a bunch of explosions burning their employees. And I don't have a solution to this problem. I mean, what do I know?
Without this video, I would literally never have known.
It's like the lowest job in society. Now, I don't think this will happen, but I think at the very least, delivery apps should add some kind of tag where you can see what's a virtual restaurant and what's a real brick and mortar.
I agree.
place.
I agree.
Because if you're supporting a restaurant with your dollar to get some food in return, the very least they can do is let you know where that food is coming from. Especially if it's like an IHOP or a Chili's or one of those mobile trailers in a Houston parking lot.
I
Dude,
just feel
ordered
like-
tacos now.
I also agree. I would rather dine in the delivery. But I feel like what they should really do is tell you the fucking, like, food places in the building. You know? Like, if you're ordering from a place and you have, like, in your same fucking kitchen, like 18 other restaurants, you shouldn't be able to, in my opinion, it should not be okay for you to list your restaurant 75 times. I don't think you should be able to list your restaurant 75 times when it's like 2 buildings. I think that's fucked up. I think you should only be allowed to list your restaurant twice. I don't think that Like, these companies should be allowed to list their restaurant, like, multiple times, basically. Even if it has the tag of, like, virtual restaurant.